First up, get ready for a deep dive into the wild, untrue story behind the iconic Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder classic, Ebony and Ivory. Director Jim Hosking and composer Andrew Hung are spilling the tea on their not-a-stoner comedy that plays fast and loose with history. You won't believe what inspired this legendary track. Then, we're traveling back to the roots of soul. Stevie Wonder himself is sharing his profound admiration for the legendary Otis Redding, revealing why he believed anything Otis did was simply incredible. Get ready for some serious musical history. Next, we're talking about cinema's most absurd takes on pop icons. Jim Hosking is back, staging an intervention against easy-bake biopics with his latest work, Ebony and Ivory. Imagine a fantasy rendezvous with Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder, complete with veggie patties and doobie-woobies. It's a pop icon reimagining like no other. And finally, we're lighting up the stage with a celebration. Earth, Wind, and Fire is getting the ultimate Grammy Salute, and Stevie Wonder, along with a host of other stars, are set to honor their incredible legacy. Get ready for the 21st night of September to be unforgettable. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of these incredible stories. Truth isn't always stranger than fiction, but sometimes it's just plain wild. Get ready for the untold, and frankly, untrue story behind the iconic 1982 song Ebony and Ivory by Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder. Director Jim Hosking and composer Andrew Hung are pulling back the curtain on their new film, which reimagines the legendary duet in the most unexpected way. Forget the mundane reality of McCartney writing it for his Tug of War album and filming the video separately. Hosking's version throws Paul and Stevie onto the windswept Mull of Kintyre for an adventure filled with unappetizing vegetarian food, foot rubs, nudism, and plenty of doobie-woobies. The film deliberately sidesteps any attempt at accurate impersonation or biographical detail, instead using the song as a springboard to explore the dynamic between two larger-than-life characters, played by actors Skaya Labar and Gil Jex, who are never even named. Hosking admits he wasn't interested in the actual truth, wanting instead to play with perceptions of icons and explore the messy, often incoherent process of creation. Early reviews have playfully dubbed it a stoner comedy, a label Hosking gently pushes back against, suggesting the film is more about the absurdities of creative legends. The score by Andrew Hung amplifies the film's surreal and intense atmosphere, far removed from the original song's simplicity. The film even features prosthetic penises for a full-frontal nudity scene, adding another layer of outlandish humor. It's a creative choice that deviates wildly from reality, aiming for a unique cinematic experience rather than a factual account. The film is set to hit cinemas on September 19th. Don't go anywhere, because the real-life stories behind music's biggest names are even more fascinating. Next up, we're uncovering Stevie Wonder's deep respect for another soul legend. Some voices are so iconic, they become the soundtrack to our lives before we even realize it. For many, Otis Redding was that voice, a figure whose soulful delivery on tracks like Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay felt like a gateway to understanding music itself. His 1964 album, Otis Blue, Otis Redding sings soul, featuring powerful renditions of Respect and Change Is Gonna Come, is widely hailed as his masterpiece. Redding's rendition of the Rolling Stones', Satisfaction, famously containing the lyric, fashion instead of faction, is a testament to his unique ability to imbue any song with raw emotion, even if he didn't quite know all the words. This raw authenticity made him a perfect artist for the mid-1960s, a time when artists like Stevie Wonder were just beginning to hone their craft. Wonder himself has spoken glowingly of Redding, stating, "Anything that Otis Redding did was incredible." He elaborated on Redding's unique charm, expressing how his performances made listeners deeply invested in his desires and struggles. Redding's foundational work in soul music in the mid-60s undeniably paved the way for the wave of soulful brilliance that would follow in the 1970s, including the rise of artists like Wonder. From heartfelt tributes to legendary artists, we're shifting gears to a film that hilariously deconstructs the very idea of musical biopics. Get ready for an absurd take on pop icon fantasy next. Every generation gets its own Ebony and Ivory parody, and this time, It's Jim Hosking's wonderfully wacky two-hander that takes the stage. Forget straightforward biopics. Hosking's film Ebony and Ivory Imagines, a surreal summit between Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder on a remote Scottish island. Sky Alabar as a moody McCartney and Gil Jex as a bewildered Wonder arrive for what's described as a live-in jam session, but don't expect historical accuracy. The film deliberately eschews facts, using the song as a jumping-off point for an absurdist exploration of creativity and legend. Hosking calls it an intervention against easy-bake pop biopics, opting for a tone closer to Waiting for Godot than a traditional music biopic. The stakes are intentionally kept low, with Wonder's justification for being there being a tautological, musical legends are supposed to help other musical legends, musically. The film revels in bizarre interactions, including lengthy, hilarious guessing games about what rhymes with doobie-woobies and a deep dive into microwavable vegetarian meals. The performances are praised for their disciplined, non-mimetic grandeur, with both actors fully committing to their bizarre interpretations of the iconic musicians. It's a film that celebrates the messy, often incoherent nature of making art, offering a unique and humorous perspective on pop icon mythology. The film is set for release in UK cinemas on September 19th. But the celebrations don't stop there. We're heading to a star-studded event honoring one of the greatest bands of all time. Get ready for a night of unforgettable music next. Get ready to groove. CBS and Paramount Plus are bringing you a Grammy Salute to Earth, Wind and Fire Live, the 21st night of September, a spectacular tribute to the legendary band. Taking place at the iconic Hollywood Bowl, this once-in-a-lifetime event will feature the world-renowned LA Philharmonic alongside a star-studded lineup of performers honoring Earth, Wind and Fire's enduring legacy. Among the incredible artists joining the celebration are none other than Stevie Wonder, the Jonas Brothers, Jon Batiste, and Janelle Monáe, all ready to pay homage to the 9-time Grammy-winning group's timeless sound and cultural impact. This preview gives you a sneak peek at the magical performances and includes a special interview with the band themselves, discussing the iconic legacy of their hit song, September. This is a must-watch event for any music lover, celebrating a band that has shaped the soundscape for decades. Executive producers Ben Winston, Patrick Menton, and Harvey Mason Jr. are bringing this incredible tribute to life, with Fulwell Entertainment and Grammy Studios producing. Don't miss this incredible night of music. And that's a wrap on today's hottest news. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next episode. What a rundown! We've seen the hilarious, untrue story behind Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder's Ebony and Ivory, heard Stevie Wonder's deep respect for Otis Redding, witnessed Jim Hosking's absurd biopic intervention with Ebony and Ivory, and celebrated Earth, Wind and Fire's epic Grammy Salute. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, drop a like on this video, and let us know in the comments which story you found most shocking. Plus, follow us on all our socials for even more exclusive content.